I've got a single shot pump action automatic double barrel semi-artillery. I got a new thing of sawed-off thunder breaker. It's all things you've never seen. I'm gonna take the form of a heavy metal storm, maybe coming after me. 'Cause I got the right to defend what's mine in the face of tyranny.
Hello my gun-toting friends, and welcome to the Average Joe Gun Show. On today's gun show, I'll be discussing a rifle build I did, the Frankenstein build. Why is it Frankenstein? Because like Frankenstein, that used many different parts and pieces from different humans, this rifle used many different parts and pieces from different companies. And for those of you that think you can get shot through the camera, it is unloaded. The magazine is unloaded. But anyway, this is my version of a Mark 12 SPR, which stands for Special Purpose Receiver, which was later changed to Special Purpose Rifle, used by designated marksmen in the Special Operations units, made to be just a little more accurate and reach out a little farther than a standard AR-15. I built this for accuracy and recoil reduction. I started with Aero Precision upper and lowers. The upper has a nylon tip screw that presses down on the lower for minimal slop and rattle. I'm using a POF USA anti-tilt buffer tube. It's running a Tubbs flat wound buffer spring. It's using a Spikes Tactical tungsten buffer, which has crushed tungsten in it. I've tried to say this 3 times. For smooth cycling. It's a Magpul CTR stock, which I've taken off the CTR pad and put on a Limb Saver soft butt pad, which really sucks into your shoulder pocket. It's very comfortable. I think it's the best stock setup that you can do. It has a locking mechanism on it, so you have minimal slop and rattle. I keep a tourniquet on my stock because you never know when you're gonna need to stop the bleed. Moving forward, it's a Radian charging handle, ambidextrous, 2A inscribed. I don't know if I can see that in there. Yeah, there's 2A. Radian 45-degree safety, which is perfect for laying your thumb on when its safety is shut off. Geisley SAEE trigger, which is 2.5 pound first stage, 1.5 pound second stage. That's the brake. It is the softest trigger you can get. It is fantastic. Let me show you that. Look at that reset. Laser engraved dust cover, 223 Wild inscribed in one of the lines. It's a Magpul M1AD grip, replaceable back straps and front straps. I like the large because it keeps your finger completely horizontal in line with the trigger. The bolt carrier is a Aero Precision black nitride bolt, super slick as you can hear. Moving forward is an Aero Precision S1 slim handguard, which actually was so slim that I had to mill out a spot for the barrel gas port. The gas block was too large to fit under it, so I milled out a section to fit it in. Speaking of barrels, this is an Odin Works 3-gun heavy barrel. She is a little heavy, 18-inch, chambered in 223 Wild, which is a cross between a 223 Remington and a 5.56 NATO, which is supposed to make either one safe to shoot, and it's very accurate. I've had no issues with cycling. This is a M4-72 muzzle brake. It reduces 75% of recoil, has a large amount of blast due to the reverse cuts in the brake. She'll blow a little gas at you, but the recoil reduction is amazing, as you'll see in the B-roll of the video. As you've seen in the slow-mo, this M4-72 muzzle brake highly reduces recoil. I believe it's about 60%. The reticle doesn't even move off of target under double taps. Go get yourself one. Now let's see how much dirt she kicks up when you're laying down on the ground. Okay, about kicking up dirt. Honestly, not as bad as I thought. I thought it'd blow more in my face due to the reverse cuts on this muzzle brake. The main issue is very concussive. I got double plugged ears on. I had a blast forward device on here, but it totally kills the point of the muzzle brake. So I removed that. I got my 60% reduction in recoil back. Of course, I'm running a heavy buffer and a heavy buffer spring. And a 223 doesn't have a lot of recoil anyway, so a lot of recoil reduction in this rifle. I'm using a Streamlight ProTac light with a pressure pad, forward mounted of where I grip, so I can roll over to get the light instead of it being right in the way of my thumb, or it has on all the time, momentary. Some people don't like weapon lights because they say if you white light, the bad guy will know where to shoot towards you. I say with 2,000 lumens shining in their eyes, they can't see where to shoot. Speaking of foregrips, running a Magpul grip. At the time I built this rifle, this was a standard grip. Now I could chop it down because all I'm using it for is just a handbrake, someplace to pull against my shoulder. I don't need all this extra in here. Nowadays they have shorter grips, so it's not really needed. Running a Vortex Viper 1:6 by 24 scope. It's a red dot with a Christmas tree. Can I see the red dot in there? Let's see. Yes, we can see the red dot in there. The red dot's very good for up close work. It really brings your eye in on target quick. Running a switch view throw lever. So if you have an opportunity on a target that's farther away, but when you switch up to 6 power, you have to go to single eye vision because you'll be shadowed out. It quickly drops down. The adjustments on this are every other notch is an off. So I like to keep it between off, I can get in there, off and 1 and 10. So if you're in daylight, you can click it to 10. If you're in dark, you can click it to 1, or you can just have it off, instantly ready to go. I have it mounted on a Vortex cantilever scope mount, but nowadays they've got taller scope mounts, which would be nice for more heads-up view, so you're not leaning down into the scope. Now they're about a ½ inch higher, so you can keep your heads up so you can have a full view of what's on in front of you. The rifle's not incredibly heavy, but it is heavier than a short barrel rifle. So a Blue Force gear, Larry Vickers model, sling. So it's a nice padded sling. The nice thing about this is if you go from shooting and you need to cinch it up, it's got a little pull tab, brings it right up to you, pulls tight on there. If you gotta go, you can pull the tab and do the work. And to mount your sling, I recommend anti-rotation, quick detach mounts. Push the button, pull them out, snap back in, won't rotate and slop around and spin up your sling. I run Magpul polymer mags because steel mags are slippery and you cut the crap out of your fingers when you load them. These mags are a breeze to load. And now the part you've all been waiting for. How does it shoot? It is fantastic. It is smooth and fast. It is easy to put on target, keep on target due to the recoil reduction. The only issue is it's a little heavy on transitions due to the heavy long barrel, a little heavier than SBR, of course. At long range, very accurate, very accurate due to this 1:6 low power variable scope. Easy to put on target. It looks like a gigantic window. It's 24 millimeter glass.
Swinging.
This thing will shoot golf balls on strings at 100 yards. It has about a 2.5 inch holdover from point of aim, point of impact from the height of the scope to the barrel. So up close, I'll put in a picture here of your holdover. I got it 0 to 50 yards. So at 200 yards, 100 and 200 yards, basically, if you're hunting deer or zombies, you hold chest high, the bullets will drop in. At 300 yards, it's about a 1 minute of angle holdover on an 8-inch steel plate. At a 300 yards, it'll drop in, hit the plate. Fantastic rifle build. I love it. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching the Average Joe Gun Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so every time I got a new video drops, you can see it. And remember to eat right, exercise, go out and get some training. Speaking of training, if you're in the North Colorado area and you need a pistol class or a concealed carry class, contact me and go out there and exercise your Second Amendment rights.
That dog won't hunt you, make you will run, so don't you think I won't? There's a politician sitting in my kitchen selling his philosophy. He'll dance with camo, shoot a little ammo, trying to be like me.
It's using a Spikes Tactical heavy tungsten buffer, which has tungsten, crushed tungsten in it. I can't even.
Always remember when you're done at the range to do your pick up your brass squats so you get your exercise for the day.